Hi, my name is Manav, and I'm also writing coding language because I was also a computer software engineer. So even after the stroke, I started to brush up the coding languages called as C, Java, SQL, Python, and I also just searched uh, Lambda after Java 8. Lambda is very simple thing. So guys, do you want to see Lambda? Let me start the introduction. Now before Lambda, I'll explain very simple Java. So this is a interface. It's called as an interface greeting, and I just have public void perform. Very simple. Now I will have another class implements these interface, and they will just write something about public void perform. So this is an example. So this is a new class called as hello world. It implements the interface and simply said system.out.println. Very simple. Now I will use another class, and the another class is some functions and some public static void main. So now this is called as greeter. Greeter is new greeter, very simple. And you already had hello world greeting, and this is the hello world greeting. And simply these greet dot function. So greet dot greet, and they just have these hello world greeting. And it's a very simple Java, and it just says hello world is back. And that's why we used to try these interface for good Java. And now I will try to explain Lambda now. After Java 8, Lambda starts. And of course, before Java 8, you were very simple, a variable equal to value. So you have like name equal to Manav or pi equal to 3.14. It's just very simple things out here. So after Java 8, thought that, hey, can't you use block of codes? So you don't want to say name equal to Manav. Maybe you want to say name equal to have some block of codes, a lot of block of codes. And then they also thought that instead of this, can't you say name equal to some functions? So you already have these functions. So this is the function already. So you can simply say name equal to some functions, right? So that's what they are trying to do after Java 8 onwards. So name equal to something, right? And then they explain that, you know what, now you already have names. So I don't want to say public because this is our all some sort of functions. So I don't want this public. Um, Greet functions. I don't want to know greet functions now because I already have something called as this name. I don't want, don't want this greet. Now you also have something called as void. Void is also not needed, and I'll also explain after some time. You don't even want these void. So you just have these things, and they said that, you know, you can just write this and this. That's it. So you have to use these things. So this is what this is trying to explain about Lambda. So you can write a lot of block of codes out here. Is it possible? Or if you say, you know what, I don't want system.out.println, or anyway, you want to just write any other thing, only one thing. So you don't even want to do this. So I'm just doing these things. See, something like this. So you can do it over here. But now you are saying that, you just have these parentheses. So I don't want these things. I also don't want this thing. It's just only one. But if you use, of course, system.out.println 2 times, then you always used to have parentheses. But this is only one thing. So you can also write it like this. So now if you understand these things, it is very simple thing now in Lambda. Public void double number functions, and you have some integer and you just say return a into 2, right? So now I want to use these two functions. Do I use public? No. Do you want void? No. Do you want double functions? Again, no. So you don't even want to have these. So you just say functions, number functions equal to integer, and you say like this. Over here, right? Now I don't want, it's only one thing. So I don't want these parentheses. Now, logically, you don't even have to change integer. I do not even want to say return. Okay. And I can also explain why you don't want it after some minutes. And it will look like very simple thing. So now I'll try to explain more Lambda, but this is very simple thing after Lambda. Hey guys, now you already know about Lambda, but I'll just again practice Lambda. So if you used to have some functions, but you can something something equal to, and add function equal to. Now in Lambda, you don't even have to write public void blah blah blah, and you can have these things. Definitely you can use parentheses, but I just said only one time system.out.println, so I don't even want Lambda. It's also very simple, right? So this is something about Lambda. And again, I remove this, like this. But now we have to write my Lambda equal to something, and my add function, and simply you can set that interface. So you used to use interface. Like this. So you just used to have these interface things. And again, now if you already know that with these interface, it already said that it's going to return because it's integer, and they are going to get integer A and integer B. So should it really have write again integer? I don't think so. So you don't write these things because interface already know these things now. I don't even want to return because it's already integer. So you have to do this. That's it. Now Lambda is ready. One more important thing, that for these Lambda things, if you use interface, you have to write only one function names like void foo, for example, you can't use these things. So like this, it gives some error because Lambda doesn't know that should Lambda use number one or number two. They don't even know these things. So you should only have one. That's it. Now let me know about collection iteration, and this is a very simple thing again. So this is something called as list and arrays, and I just use something like my name, last name, and age. Very simple thing. And of course, you already know about for loop, and so many times we use int I equal to 0, I less than something I plus plus. This is really very simple, but at least now after Java 8, there's something called as in loop. So instead of write int I equal to 0, I less than something I plus plus, you have to use some in loop, and it is very simple. So for example, if you see this, you want person just one thing like this, like Manav Shah and 36. You have to use person p and small person and just say system.out.println. Let me try to run first for you. But yeah, if you know about these names like person, so this particular person, I'm just using an override. This is for string. So basically, I just use system.out.println. So how should I write these? So I just said return first name and last name and the age. Very simple. So basically, I'll use this run. Okay, so this is basically just saying first name. This is basically like first name Tony, last name Para, age 46 over here, and it's exactly the same. So if you write int I equal to 0, I less than something I plus plus, it's exactly the same. Even if you see in loop, this is for in loop, and it is exactly the same again. Okay, so this is about Lambda for each loop, and we at least use Lambda. So if you just say for each p hyphen system.out.println, very simple. So this is Lambda for each. Again, it's exactly the same. You are saying for each this p and your system.out.println, it's still only the same thing. Okay, there's something new. It's called as Lambda for method reference. And if you see it out here, otherwise you will get confused. So you said person dot for each, and you say system dot out colon colon and println. So instead I will try to explain these things. So this is method reference, and you have to use Lambda. So something like this, you just call a function. Very simple. So this is something print message, and there is some other function, very simple, and it's a Lambda out here. And now what they are trying to call is also known as reference pointer. So instead of this, exactly like this, you should see that you should use the class, and you just have to say colon colon and call that function. Very simple. And if I just run, just a hello. Yep. So basically something like this. So you use method reference. But there's no new class because I just want to use println. If I just want to do println, then you just use some more class and some function. Simple. So you can also use these method references. Now I read something about stream, and stream is really different. It's kind of a paradigm shift, I think so. Usually people see horizontal thing, and now you can explain the vertical thing, like only the last names first, and only then get your other first name. I understand completely, but really I can't explain. And if you just use first filter and you just want to search for last name S, and only then you just want to uh, use system.out.println for first name. So it's something like this, and it is stream, and then there's something new called as parallel stream. Frankly, I didn't even understand the parallel stream yet. Now I tried to look Java 7 versus Java 8, and is it very complicated or is it really simple? So, for example, in Java 7, if you see these pages, it looks like so difficult things. Like you have to write so many code out here, like these, and it seems complicated. So after Java 8, if you now understand Lambda, so if you just see, instead of difficult things, they will just write one simple pages like these. So this is Lambda, another Lambda, something, and some other Lambda. And it's only one pages. So once you understand these things, it becomes very simple. And I don't even know a lot of difficult lambdas yet. I'll still work on it, and I'll show you some website with Java 8. So I searched Java 8 in website, and I just searched for Java 8, and there was some other interface summary, and I searched about consumer, and there was some methods called as accept, and I then searched for geeks.org over here, and hence I just wrote some more steps, and it was very good. But you should also try to see these Java 8 functions, and I do not know these things at all. But as soon as we get some ideas, I can try to work these things. So now this is about Java 8 and Lambda. And that's it, guys. This is about Lambda, but it's really very important for Lambda after Java 8, and it's really good. And you should also try these things. And thank you. That's it. Thank you. Bye bye.